So I'm talking to you on the Wireless Go 2. That's from Rode. That's the lapel that I have on right here. That's these guys. I have extra because I bought a 2-pack. If you go out and about, that is what we're talking about right there. This is the Rode Wireless Go 2. I mean, this is an amazing piece of technology. And though there's lots of companies who copy it for design and structure, and it becomes the signature way of doing this, there's only a few of them that do it really well, and they're all not cheap. I purchased this. This wasn't given to me. This wasn't a sponsored product. This is something I went out and spent, $400 to $500 because I'm in Canada on. Before we do that, let's just jump one last second. Why is this so expensive? Not just the mic quality, the fact that it has volume level controls in it built in, so it's automatically adjusting the quality of the audio that you hear. And it also has a built-in gain and compressor in it. All these things, very impressive. Also, it has built-in recording function, so if you lose connectivity to your receiver, it's going to record everything for you so you can take those files later on and retrieve them, use them, and fix them on your systems. So let's go and talk about these microphones instead. So we're going to do that with this mixer here. Now I have an Alto. This is called a True Mix 800 FX. This guy going. Now what we're going to do is, right now I'm on 2 channels. So I'm going to turn down this guy, which is plugged in right here, number 4. We're going to turn up right here. This is the Mackie. Now you're going to see a big difference in sound because I'm not going to be running any filters or anything like that. I'm not going to do any noise suppression, which I normally would do because I need to get rid of the air conditioner running 2 rooms over. I need to get rid of any background noise from power supply, stuff like that have fans in it. So you're going to notice a big difference in the audio quality right off the beat here because I don't need to really do anything to the microphone here when it comes to setup on the mixer. All I need to do is have my gain level set up, everything recording the way I want, and this microphone just works, and it works really well right away. There's other people who do deep dive reviews on these guys, and it's called the EM99B, just so you know. So this is, again, the Mackie EM99B. And is it a good mic? I mean, for doing what we're doing, podcasts, this sort of thing, very nice. It's not the mic I've traditionally used because I didn't have it before. I used this guy here, which was an AT2040 from Audio-Technica. Now, they're both no power required to make either one of these microphones work. This is all gain controlled off of the mixer, and you do have to run these guys really hot. So this mixer, even though it's like under $200, is amazingly clean when it comes to the actual preamps on the gain side and the actual level preamps that are feeding the output, because I'm running this guy full volume on the main output. I'm running it full volume on the line output, and I'm running it at 75% on the gain. And listen to that. Again, I'm not running any background compression. There's no noise gates. There's no noise filtering. There's nothing. This is it. I mean, that's an amazing mixer for its price when it comes to sound quality. Trust me, if you have a cheap mixer under $200, put some headphones on, turn that gain levels up, see where the noise level floor is on it. It's pretty noisy. So big difference here. Now, what does it sound like though? Like, this is roughly around $100 to $120. It's exactly the same price as the Audio-Technica AT2040. So you have to ask yourself, well, what's the difference? Why get one over the other? Well, this guy here comes with a stand, but the stand does lead into small problems like this. So if I do this on the table, or if I do this, even though it's a great microphone, metal body and all that kind of stuff, it's, you got to watch it with these floor stands, these table stands, because they are going to transfer a bit of a noise to it, because every time you touch the table or put something down or move something like this, it really transfers up into the mic. So let's go over here. Now, again, these two are set up virtually identical. And there we are. Look at that. Do you hear any difference? I mean, yes, it's subtle. It is so subtle. The difference is there. It's very subtle. If I bring both these mics together and turn them both on at the same time, you have a really hard time. Now, again, when you buy this microphone, it doesn't come with anything except for the sponge filter on top that you see here and the microphone. Now, these are both dynamic. This is a hyper cardioid. I actually have that here for you. So this one's a hypercardioid, which basically means that it's designed to get more forward action, less from the back, where this guy's more rounded from side to side. So subtle difference there when it comes to the microphone itself. But ultimately, when you look at the two microphones, they're very similar in how they're going to perform. Again, your preamp in your actual mixer or audio interface is going to be the main culprit to driving the sound output of this system. So you're going to have a personal preference, one over the other, I guess. I don't know. That's really what it's going to come down to, because it's not even Coke and Pepsi here. It is really, really close. It's not a flavor difference. It's a little bit of a style difference. This one here is kind of cool with the way it looks. This one here is more traditional. They both come with their own mounting systems designed to mount onto the arm. Nothing special required. Nice standard boom arm. Now, here's another way of getting rid of some noise. Now here, this is a tip, a trick, as something important. Now when I move this, we're going to get this here, set that up so it's there for you. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch back to the lapel, and we're going to move this, because right now if I do this, you hear that. If I tap on a table, you're going to hear transfer into the microphone. It gets in the microphone pretty easy. Right here. So here we are, just setting it up a bit here, making sure that I'm happy with placement. And they're both going to be set up. We're going to put them both slightly on an angle, so they're both slightly off to each other. And normally I'd have these closer to me. I wouldn't necessarily. Distance is going to be adjustable. So let's turn the lapel back down. You'll notice there's a slight delay between, because of course the lapels are wireless. So if I turn one of the mics up, let's turn that AT2020. See, it's a little off there on the audio. So we're going to turn this guy down here. And there we are. We're back here. But now I knock on a table, I do anything like that. Why? Because it's on its own stand. Very impressive. Very nice. Best way to go. Best way to go. This way, anything you do on the table is not going to, nothing's going to interact with what's going on here. We're not going to have any transfer of sound into the arm, to the microphone, all of that. Because we do have the gain on very high. Now, you got to ask yourself, well, Robin, what people stand so far away. What can we do? Well, I can either do a lot of adjustments afterwards with the software, right? And adjust it there. Or I can simply up the gain just a hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up both mics. Now, here we're going to do something different. I'm going to set one mic to the left, one mic to the right. So now, there you go. I'm only in one ear. And if it's backwards, I'm sorry. That's just the way it's going to be, okay? So here we have both mics on. So when I talk in the one versus the other, you're going to have that. But now I want to set it up so I can be at a more convenient distance. Well, how am I going to do that? I'm going to bring the gain up just a little bit more. So I've equally brought the gain up on both of them, and that's allowed me to get further back from the microphone. And that does make it a little bit more convenient, but we are going to start picking up more noise in the background to the room. So again, we can do that a little bit more. Again, just to compensate, so we can get a more comfortable distance. Now, look at me. I'm standing up vertical. The audio is back to the same point. Now, the difference is going to be the amount of noise transfer is going to increase dramatically. So if I tap here, look at that. Only on one side. You hear that? You don't hear that noise transfer there. Tap on the desk, same thing. We're only hearing it from this side, not this side. That's how dramatic when you start turning gain up and you want to have some distance. So again, if you want to be like this, you absolutely don't want to be on the table. So again, I'll just give you what sounds like mounted to the table first. So again, that's just the Mackie. Now, it's not the Mackie's fault. It's not the fault of the EM99B here. It's the fault that it's on the table that's causing that. Look how dramatic that is. That's very dramatic, right? So again, let's switch over to the mics. So now let's switch the mics now that we're here. And you hardly hear any of that at all. So that's a big difference there when it comes to microphone. So it's not just the microphone, it's the microphone replacement. Now again, like I said originally, having all this equipment is not going to give you the best, it's not going to give you a super popular podcast. You're not, just buying the equipment doesn't get you popular. Your content, everything you're going to talk about is really what it's going to come down to. So make sure you work on that as much as you work on this, if not more. Now you notice I have speakers. I don't know if you can see them, but there is some monitors on the table. those are very good monitors, and I really like those monitors, but they're not going to make me want to go out and buy them right away. I don't need monitors right away. So remember, this was really a super high level type video when it came to podcasting and setups. The idea was not to sell you on any one particular idea or any one particular piece of hardware. There's so many things out there that you could get yourself. This happens to be just a few of the ideas that I can think of putting together as a high level video. So remember, questions and comments down below. If there's something specific you want to talk about, be it about any of the brands you see here or any other brands you can possibly think of, that's very important, because I cannot read your mind. Even though the algorithms can read your mind, I can't. I'm not the algorithm. So if you've got any ideas or any questions about how things work, and it could be as like, Robin, give me some more details about this mix minus. How do I take a call in, or how do I do this, or how do I do that? Your help putting that information down below is going to make this better. What I need are headphones and the ability to plug in more than one if I'm going to have, a couple of my buddies over or anything like that. If I'm going to do, in my case, a podcast with my wife, because we've got a lot to talk about, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, this mixer here allows us to have up to 4 headphones plugged into it, each with their own volume gain controls on them, so you can adjust the headphones separately. Now, I can also plug a monitor into here as well. I can plug 2 sets of monitors in if I really wanted to. If I'm planning on recording this all the time and I don't want to be seen with the headphones on, I'm going to show you how we can do that right here. I'm going to take these guys off and we're going to move along. Now, at the same time, I'm going to talk to you a bit about the fact that, like I said, you have 4 headphone inputs and you have a mix minus on this guy. Now, what does that mix minus do for you? That mix minus allows you to take a call in via the Bluetooth, so like a speakerphone setup, right? So you can talk to somebody just like you were on a speakerphone, let's say in your car, where there's no feedback. They're not hearing themselves talk over themselves. I mean, if you've ever tried to take a call on a mixer and you weren't 100% sure what was going on, you probably realized pretty fast that it wasn't as easy as you thought it was going to be. You need to do a feature called a mix minus. I've made a complete video on what a mix minus is, so we'll try and find that, put a link, and give you an idea. But you buy one of these mixers, it's built in. And again, if you spend $600 on a Rodecaster package, you're going to get that built in too. But remember, this is $200, where that's like, $600. This is an X-Vibe product. So what X-Vibe does is they basically make this package setup here. So in this case, they give you 1 transmitter, which is their standard transmitter package. This happens to be the U4, so it's a 2.4. They do have a new U45, which is a 5.8. So if you've got some other products like the actual Rode that I have here, the Wireless Go 2, I'd get the 5.8 or 5.6, whatever, the more fancier version of this guy. Now, I have to plug this into my monitor output, which is right here. And I'm also going to turn it on. So I'm going to turn it blind towards me so I can see it for a second. There you go. 2 red lights on. By the way, if you do get this 2 red lights on, means that it's got enough power to do its job. I'm going to turn this unit on here. Now, I hear what I'm saying right through here because I've taken the time to turn the aux on that particular channel, and I've made sure that my monitor setup is turned up here. So everything that needs to be turned up so I can hear it is on. Now, if you're not going to use any effects and you are going to strictly use this for podcasting, you can use the second effects send option, which are the orange knobs on the dial, to use as your second option when it comes to having a monitor. So you can have 2 of them on separate channels just by doing that. And again, this allows you to use these guys. Remember that the earbuds do not come included. These are studio monitor earbud style setup. They are the entry level for Shure products. It's the ES215, which for me is perfect for doing this. For podcasts, videos, live, the spoken word, good way to go. Now, it's not all about talking about this because this is only one part of the whole equation. Again, microphones are important. Headphones are a great way to start. Always safer and more convenient. The mixer is going to be your best friend at a reasonable price. So there you go. Use your headphones, use the mics you've got, use everything you've got right now. You don't have to bust the bank. But remember, like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing is that you have to sound good. You have to sound clean. I don't want you to go out and spend a whole ton of money getting this started. Only start investing some extra money if you get to 25 podcasts and you're starting to hit some limitations, some barriers. If you've got any questions or anything like that you want to talk about, by all means, you can drop them here. But coming up in the future, starting in the next couple of weeks. So if this happens to be September, October 2025, our Patreon page is up and running and it's solid. What that means is that you're going to be able to go there, be part of something really special, and learn an awful lot. I really need support on that side of it. Your name will get mentioned on this channel if you're supporting me over there. That's also very important. And there'll be live shows over there, live comments, so you can actually participate. You can see when it's going to happen, be part of what actually happens on a real time. That's pretty awesome stuff. So for today, if you're working on a podcast or anything else, I hope this video helped you out a bit in getting to where you weren't trying to go. I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video, and bye for now.